So we get up there, and myself and my lieutenant, and you know, non-assuming, one room, small kind of, which for these guys would have been pretty much a walk in the park. You know, I mean, it's what we consider, you know, we're back by dinner time type deal. You get up there, and I check the door, and the door's locked. So they pull up pretty soon thereafter. Hudson, he kicks the door in, and then it kind of all from there. And I kind of remember somebody saying, "I got somebody right here."
He said, "I got somebody right here,"
and
then I just shot up,
and
slid.
then somebody said, "And then I've got another one," and then that's where it went.
He saw
That's
them.
when you came over the radio saying we need more ambulances.
Yeah,
we
we
got
need
two
help.
victims.
We need
Yeah.
help.
He said he got somebody, so we slid up in there, slid the first person out, and then as I went to access farther in, there was another patient as well.
Yeah.
And I hollered, found another.
Thank God, and thank them too.
Have you kind of figured out what happened that day, or?
That was the only time I remember waking up in the hospital.
And that's when we found him.
You know, I mean, this is kind of one of those deals. It's absolute worst case scenario, but there was, I mean, zero hesitation. I mean, I can't say enough about these guys. How it went from, because you had two issues there. You had a house on fire, and then you had people's that life was in peril. So they transitioned from, okay, let's put the fire out, to let's do some patient care. So that's kind of, that's where we differ from a lot of departments, is we do both, because we didn't have anybody to hand them off to. So there we are.
So how much training have y'all done to get to that point?
I guess
Years?
been here 5 years, so
Yeah.
5 years worth.
We're trained
It's
just
an
about
instant
every day. I mean, continue
nonstop.
reading on everything and
Going over your equipment every morning.
knowing your equipment
Yeah.
and knowing your ambulance, making sure you know everything that's on the ambulance,
Knowing your skills, knowing
your
skill
skills,
set.
what to do in that situation.
So it's even though you may be at the firehouse, you're not just sitting on a couch. You're going through,
No.
Yeah,
making
we're
sure
not always
equipment.
playing basketball. So.
I mean,
You gotta have the right mindset too, because you can't just not just anybody can just come in here and have the mindset to be able to pull a lifeless body out of a house
I
and
mean,
Think nothing
you know
about it.
stay calm, cool, and collected and be able to remember all of your training.
Running into danger whenever everybody else is running away.
Well, it's one of those situations where you train your entire career for this one situation. I mean, that's technically what it is. You hope it never comes to you, but your hope is that you know exactly what to do. And these guys, to the T, knew exactly what to do. It was textbook. I mean,
So how often does something?
fortunately here it doesn't happen that much. I don't want to de-emphasize the situation here, but if it happens one time, it's too many.
Yeah.
So
This
it
incident right
does
here was a
happen.
lot of y'all's first time dealing with that, wasn't it?
yeah.
Very first.
The majority of the people that worked it was their very first time.
So outside of training and pulling a coworker out of a training situation, this would have been.
Yeah, this
That's our
would
very
be-
first.
Now keep in mind now, I think the oldest one of these guys here is what, 24, 26 years old. So, but still, I mean, we got. What is your years of service here?
5.
5 years. 5 years.
Going on 5.
5 going on 5.
Going on 5.
1.
1
Me
year.
and you going on
So
6.
So in 5 years, this is the
Yeah.
first time of pulling someone out, and
Yeah.
okay.
28 would be 5 years from now.
Wow.
You ain't gonna be my 5. Yeah.
So they deserve all the praise and the
No.
accolades that come with this.
And like
because
Jesse
my
said,
job was
with knowing you can't wear your heart on your sleeve out here,
Yeah.
because in situations like that,
I gotta go work.
some people would lock up. If you wore your heart on your sleeve, you'd lock up and not know what to do. That's the reason Jesse said you got to have that mindset, because when you lock up, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Y'all are, I'm assuming, ready for the next time something like this happens.
I mean, we were ready ready after that.
We got back, got the truck back in service and ready if there was another one to come in.
I mean,
Can't not be ready to
we could be sitting here talking and another incident just like that could come in right now. You just never know when it's gonna happen, so
Yeah.
you literally have to be ready for it at all times.
While we were out there, I think we had a page in for overtime personnel, and they actually made 2 ambulance calls for us while we were out there on the fires.
Some even showed up on the fire. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys that was back on overtime was the one that helped me work that guy to the hospital.
It
And
was,
we
Wow.
got him back.
we got plenty of people back for overtime. I think the total people out there on the fire was 22 people.
Wow.
That's
That's unheard of.
that's weird.